On that trip was when I had my famous moose encounter.
What is some of the most often ignored relational advice for people in the church?
It jumps into your head.
It's like, if I can imagine eating napalm.
Welcome everybody to episode 2 of Burning Questions. So last time we met, we asked you to put in the comments different names that you wanted for this series, and Burning Questions won out in a wild voting process. So we want to say right from the beginning that this is not our idea. This is from the show Hot One. So we own no rights to this, but we're excited to jump into another challenge with these hot wings. So in the hot seat is my good friend and fellow pastor, Jeff Pausch. So welcome to Burning Questions, sir.
Thrilled to be here, Tyler. Thanks for the invite.
I thought that after the first one, I would feel better about doing this, but I'm so scared for episode 2. So, for those of you at home that don't know how this works, I'm going to ask Pastor Jeff a series of questions, and before he answers, he has to take a bite of a hot wing that is dipped in various sauces, going all the way from 1,700 Scoville units to 2 million Scoville units. Let's jump into this. So, go ahead, grab your first hot wing. We're going to take a bite, and then I'll get you the question.
Okay. That's delightful. Is that real chicken?
Yeah. Nothing but the best for our guests. So before I ask the actual question, how are you with hot things?
Not good.
Okay.
Not good at all.
All right.
I'm more sweet banana pepper guy than jalapeno.
You got a number of different things to help you. Ice water, milk, Pepto, and you've brought a series of other...
And you also know you've eaten with me before, so you know I hate getting messy. So
yes.
I'm going to...
Got plenty of napkins, so we're okay. Messy. So question number 1. You started your ministry career in campus ambassadors over at Willamette University, and you were there for a number of years, and then transitioned to college ministry here at this church.
Right.
What are some of your favorite memories from starting ministry on a college campus to then moving to the church?
There was a particular mission trip that we took to Utah. It was pretty unique. Yeah. We had a bunch of students who were from Boise that had a lot of Mormon friends. Okay. So we thought it would be kind of fun to kind of flip things around, take some Christian students into Utah and knock on doors and ask them what they believed about Christianity. And it was awesome. On that trip was when I had my famous moose encounter, that I chased the moose through our campsite. That was an amazing trip. I got to speak at the 1-year anniversary for 9/11. After 9/11, they asked me to speak at kind of this campus-wide vigil. That was another neat moment. And on a grand sense, I think college ministry I loved so much because you get to watch students connect pieces when light bulbs go off for students. That's my favorite thing.
And that led into your job here in college ministry and then associate pastor.
Correct.
So
that is the trajectory.
College ministry for the win.
Amen.
All right, my friend, go ahead and grab wing number 2.
Okay.
This one is island wing sauce.
Crispy.
Still not bad, right? Like you're doing okay.
I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
Tangy.
See? Here's question number 2. You have a unique perspective in that you've been at this church for many, many years, outlasting in year-wise all of the pastors on our staff, except for maybe Christy. In your time here, growing as a pastor, seeing the church change, going through how many different senior pastors? 3 or 4? You've
Shaw,
seen
Bull.
A number of them.
Couple.
You've overseen a lot of different leadership changes.
Correct.
How have you seen our church grow in our ability to meet challenges, our ability to cast vision, our effectiveness in ministry? How have you seen this church change? From
a staff perspective, one thing that we do now really well that has helped us is we function pretty well as a team. We used to kind of function in silos, not terrible, not horrible, but we kind of just did our thing and tried to do it as well as we could, but we didn't really integrate or connect with each other very much. Now I love the fact that when you succeed, when young adults succeeds, the whole team succeeds. And we really do see our successes as part of a collective whole. So I think the unity we have as a staff really transfers to the unity that our church experiences. And I think the team unity is one thing I think that's decidedly different and unique about our current course.
I would agree. That's a lot of fun. Go ahead and grab wing number 3. We're just cruising through this. Yeah. This one is mezcaline at 16,000 Scoville units. Kind of peppery. How'd that hit you? Starting to get a little
it's the first one that's kind of tingly.
So you lead one of the largest upward ministries, not in Oregon, in the country, which is so fun to brag about. It's just an impressive feat. With hundreds of other upward ministries around the country, not reaching the level that we've reached, what would you attribute the growth to in this city versus other upward groups?
I think early on we were very committed to excellence. I wanted folks that were going to give the church a chance that maybe might expect that it wouldn't be run as well as a boys and girls club or a YMCA, something that kind of specialized in youth sports. I really wanted them to be shocked that they would come do this basketball thing and then see how well run it was, because that makes the church look good. Yeah. That makes God look good. So early on, we were committed to a very high standard of excellence, meaning referees would actually be there when the kids showed up for a game, and that our coaches would be well trained. So I think that really started off on a right foot.
Sure.
And then beyond that, it is the absolute fleet of people, the unbelievable team we have here, our 5 other partnering churches that we have really worked together, and maybe that unity theme is just kind of coming back again. But we have an unbelievable team. This thing does not work if we don't have great people all kind of helping shoulder the burden. So I think those two things have really helped.
So this year, so that people know what to pray for and expect, how many students are you looking to pull in this year?
I really want to get 850. And it's really a numbers game. It's a limited number of gym hours that we have.
Right.
So I really want to crest 800 and get to 850. We had 740-ish last year. So somewhere in that sweet spot between 750 and 850 would be my prayer goal.
I love it. So let's jump to number 4, Los Calientes Verde, sitting at 36,000 Scoville units. Still not bad.
It really isn't that bad. I've been very nervous.
It's going to get
the
bad.
bottom line's coming, I know that.
Now, there's this common joke in ministry that pastors' kids can either turn out really, really good or really, really bad. We just have this tendency to bomb, because ministry is just it's a weird animal to raise children with. So when I look at your kids, and I'm not just saying this because I work with you, all 3 of your kids are a delight to be around. All 3 of them are still in the church or serving regularly in the church, and don't seem to dislike their parents or the church or people. So what have you and Tammy done to raise children that still love Jesus but are also really cool people?
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I agree. I think we listen to our kids well. I do remember early on, the Spock bite, this thing when you pinch. I used to do that to my kids all the time in church. And I realized pretty early on, I was not correcting their behavior because they were being naughty. I was correcting their behavior because I wanted people to think I had perfect kids.
Yeah.
And it dawned on me, I'm like, they're being kids, they're fidgeting, they're not. And I was concerned about how people were going to perceive my kids.
Sure.
And I think once I realized that, and I let my kids have the freedom to be their own little people, to never resent the church. And when I had to be down here, and when they had to come down here with me, they never resented the church or my job. And we listened to them. We let them share and air out their concerns and frustrations. So I am very happy with how they've turned out. And
I love
they're
it.
good kids. So
Josiah, Jer, Sierra, you're awesome people. Keep it up. All right, number 5. We're coming to the halfway point. This one is the 7th Reaper.
not an ounce of chicken in that.
Just a breaded bite.
Not a shredded chicken.
So, 59,000 Scoville units. Question number 5. You love to laugh. You love to make people laugh. And with you and your personality, there's this consistent optimism. And I remember a number of months ago when we were in the thick of COVID, we had a staff meeting, and the general tone was kind of doom and gloom. And you just had this moment where you stopped. Oh, it got you?
Yes.
You had this moment where you stopped all of us, and you were like, look, I'm not trying to ignore pain and suffering in people's rough patches and rough seasons, but we are the leaders of this church, and I'm tired of the doom and gloom attitude. So we're gonna shift our attitude to help people not ignore the problems, but find joy in really difficult places. And that stuck with me because I am a glass half full type of person, or glass half empty, excuse me. And so I can tend to find the negatives very easily. You find the positives very easily. So what do you what do you do to maintain a positive perspective and just keep a good attitude when things are really hard?
A wise person once said, the sun will come up tomorrow. And I really don't think that's a bad way to look at the world.
Yeah.
The sun will come up tomorrow. And yes, it's a bummer that your car got a door ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer that this thing happened to you, but the sun will come up tomorrow. There will be a better day waiting for you. My kids kind of mock me and make fun of me because of how many times they've heard me say, attitude is everything, right? Because when you start to get grouchy and you start to get bitter, there's a cumulative effect. It just kind of snowballs. But you can choose what kind of attitude you are going to bring into an unfortunate situation. Serve Salem, it might be raining and you picked an outdoor job.
Yeah.
What attitude are you going to bring into that? So I think you got to get out ahead of it.
Well said.
Rather than letting the circumstance overwhelm you, you walk into the circumstance and say, I'm going to make the best of it, or I'm just going to get gobbled up by it and I'm going to be a jerk face.
That's such a good lesson, and I appreciate how you've helped our staff navigate through difficult seasons.
Thank you.
So, wing number 6. Let's
This
get
one's
it.
the first green one.
Yes.
That's disturbing.
It's a little scary looking.
Yeah.
This is Collars and Ghost. Question number 6. One of the ministries that you help lead is Epic, Every Person in Christ, which is one of our community groups on Sunday morning. And that started, if I'm correct, as a young married group that you and your wife were a part of. And it evolved as you guys grew and new people started coming, so it wasn't just a young married group. So in that, you were leading good friends.
Yeah.
And I know for me, leading friends is sometimes really exciting and other times really, really hard. So what's been really fun about leading Epic and what's been difficult as you are leading friends and other people? Good
questions. What's been fun is living life together with them. As one of the upsides to having some of these community groups that are a little bit more like place and life focused.
Yeah.
Is you're growing up with them and having kids at the same time and struggling with the same things and celebrating the same things. So walking through life together with some of my friends that we've been together for decades.
Yeah.
Our camping trip, it's just living life together is such a blessing. One of the challenges really is because I'm friends and peers with these folks, sometimes there's a little bit of a hesitancy to, if there's marital problems, they don't want me to know. So there's this weird tension because I'm a pastor and I'm a holy man, right? I'm a professional Christian that gets paid to pray and be holy. Sometimes it's hard for that relationship to kind of know, where am I wearing my pastor hat and when am I just playing and having fun? That's a challenge. And then when folks leave, that's hard. That's gut wrenching because when you love them and you emote and you share life together, leaving is hard. That's a hard thing that you got to not take that personally. But living life together in community is my favorite thing about the church.
Yeah, I love it. So if you're not in a community group, Epic, great one to join.
We'd love to have you.
All right, number 7. This is where it starts to hurt. This is Turfing's curse. Oh dear. Shout out to Guy Finley for this next one. So your friend, Guy Finley, has taken you through a college level course on Marvel movies, instructing you in the ways of superheroes. What is the best Marvel movie and why? Hotter.
What is the best Marvel movie? Well, I can't tell you how many times my friend Guy and I have talked and I've tried to act cool and I say a DC comic. I think the best Marvel movie is the most recent. It's hard to talk. Spider-Man, the No Way Home, where all the 3 Spider-Men together. Their comedy and their repartee, their witty banter. Is hilarious. So I'm going to go with the most recent Spider-Man.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
No Way Home.
You just grew in respect points so high. That is such a good movie. Shout out to Phil Smith, who's seen that movie like 6 times in theaters. Prep yourself. Grab a swig. I'm so scared. This next one hurts so bad. Is that gross?
That's horrible. That's terrible.
Yeah, Kiefer is not a sponsor.
No, I did some research on things that help spicy, and that was on the list, and it's repulsive.
Okay, this is Wing 8. This is Da Bomb Evolution. Ready?
No.
Me neither, at all. All right, we're gonna go with this one. It jumps into your head.
It's like If I can imagine eating napalm,
Yeah.
that's what
Like a napalm popsicle.
wow. It's unpleasant.
No, that doesn't feel very good. So here's the question that I hid from you. He's seen some of these questions. Here's one that I hid. Why is the American League better than the National League, and does the designated hitter have anything to do with it?
Okay, first of all, the American League is not better than the National League. The National League is far superior. Holy mackerel.
Oh, you got
Now-
Pepto. You got Pepto.
Now, it's a little bit, if you would have asked me that question last year, it would have been easier, but with the universal designated hitter, I think my tongue is swelling
This
in
is
my
where I'm starting
mouth.
to get dizzy. Okay, hold on to the table.
The National League is far superior. Now, here's why. Until the universal designated hitter became a thing,
Okay.
the American League had a decided advantage during free agency because they could offer a new position to men who should have retired because they were bad baseball players but good hitters.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! This
Again,
is
it's in my hands now.
extremely
It's just tingly. Oh, I feel like lighter, like I'm floating.
This is unattractive.
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready for question 9, or do you want to rail against the National League more, or American
The National League is way better.
The National League's better?
Yeah.
See, what's funny is all of that was just like right over my head. I got that question from JP because I don't know anything. Are you crying?
No, it's drool.
Oh.
I had to get it out of my mouth.
Don't rub your eyes. All right. Grab number 9.
I can't feel my eyes.
This one's called Psycho Hot Sauce. You gotta do it. The sooner we do it, the sooner we're done. All right, Psycho. You are relationally very strong. When there's conflict resolution that's needed, you're like a heat-seeking missile. What is some of the most often ignored relational advice for people in the church that you know is good and we know is good, but we're like, no, I'm gonna ignore it? What do people need to know?
This is not mine. This is James's. Quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger.
All right.
I think we are masters at roadblocking each other.
Yeah.
Whether we interrupt, we overtalk, we have a better, you think that was a bad day. Let me tell you about we roadblock each other.
Sure.
But when we listen, we empower that person. We tell them that actually what they have to say matters to us.
Okay.
So listening, actually caring about what they have to share, and then taking your turn, to speak is important. So quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger.
Y'all just got Bibled. All right, question 10. Go for wing 10. This is from Hot Ones. This is the Last Dab Apollo. This is 2 million Scoville units.
What was the last one?
The last one was 666,000.
666?
Yeah, that's Satan sauce. All right, ready?
I know.
I just gotta do it.
Has anyone answered the question why we're doing this?
I don't know.
Oh,
We're masochists, or church think that our pain is funny. I don't know. Oh! It lit my throat on fire. All right.
my lips hurt so
It just hurt. Question 10, real quick. Who's going to be in the World Series and who's going to win the World Series?
It's going to be Yankees, Braves.
All
And
right.
the Braves are going to pay back the Yankees for the 90s. So it's going to be Braves, Yankees.
Okay.
Braves are going to take it back-to-back World Series champs.
I love it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Burning Questions. In the comments, next week is JP and Caleb. So leave in the comments questions that you want them to answer. Love you all. See you later.
Bye.
Like sometimes when you know what's coming, it's a little better. But this one, it hurts so bad that you know the pain. Like I didn't want to do 8. I didn't want to do 8.
I didn't.